So it's time for a Crown Victoria update. Been quite a while since we updated it. Last thing we had on the channel was updating the suspension, and we had gotten the front done, shocks, sway bars, and a few other things, and the rear shocks and sway bars, but we hadn't done the rear 4-link and Watts link setup. And months went by and I still didn't get it done, and a couple of months ago I noticed something hanging down from the back, and it was a fuel tank strap. So I took it to my mechanic, and he was able to get 2 new fuel tank straps and put them in. And while he was at it, I just had him put the control arms and the Watts link arms on. So they're all on there now. And what we're doing today is some seat work. We've got the interior kind of in pieces right now. A friend of mine decided he wanted to go demolition derbying, and he found himself an old Crown Victoria. And it has a nice leather interior in it. So not sure what all we're going to get out of it, but we're definitely going to get those nice leather couchy seats and stick them in here. All right, leather couches for the Crown Vic. There they are. I took the back seat too. In pretty nice shape. Need to be cleaned up a bit. But the old Ford Motor Company threw us a little bit of a curveball. I didn't realize it, but they do not put the seat control switches on the seat like everybody else does. They put them on the door panel. So that means I had to take the door panels, cut this wiring harness out of the door, cut this wiring harness out of the car, and hopefully we can come up with something that'll work. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to clean the seats up and plug the harnesses into the seats and get them stuck in the car. Here we are. It's kind of all ready to put back together. So lucky for us, this was kind of plug and play. The wiring and the connector is already in the door for this switch on this car. The only problem was this is the connector that was on it, and the donor car was a 2003 and this is a 2011, and this connector was different. So luckily I cut this out of the door in the other car, and so I had the connector and the wires. The wires all matched up with the connector that was in this door, so it was simply a matter of making a little chart of where the pins are, what colors the wires are on each of these pins, and popping the pins out and sticking them in the donor car connector and plugging it into the donor car door panel. And I swapped over this switch panel because it's a little nicer. Had to switch over the trunk opener because the donor car trunk opener is key activated and I don't have the key to the donor car, so yeah, just popped it out and popped this one in there, so that's good to go. On the seat, we also kind of lucked out because this connector is what goes to the motors, and this was already here. It just had a cap over it. So what we did was put the old seat harness, the harness from this car, in here and plugged it into the seat belt switch, and There's an airbag blank back here. It's what the airbag plugs into, and I don't know if exactly what it does. I'm hoping that it makes the airbag light come off or not come on, because if the airbag light comes on, then that's kind of a problem. I didn't really want to run with the airbag sitting in the back seat, you know, just plugged in so the thing wouldn't go off. But yeah, so far so good. Hit the switch here. There we go. Forward, backward, down, up, down, up. Yeah, so I don't know if the back works yet. I don't hear anything when I turn the back knob, so we'll have to see about that. Lumbar. I don't hear the lumbar thing either. So, but at least we got up, down, forward, back. We should be good to go with that for now. We'll figure out the rest later. Well, we've got it done as far as we're going to get it done this weekend. The seat's all in there. Most everything works. I ended up having to, that dummy plug for the airbag didn't actually do anything. The airbag light still came on, so I ended up just putting the airbag in the back for right now and plugging it in. So there's the airbag down there. Hope we don't need to use it. That might not go too well. And if we start it up, all those lights go off. Put the seat belt on. There we go. So I got the passenger door open, so that light is on. And this is the upper angle for the seat, and I think that is a different connector, so I'll have to do some more research to see if we can get that hooked up. But this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-way adjustable thing works just like it's supposed to. So there we are. We got that, and also the lumbar adjustment is down here. This cover's broken, so it doesn't stay in there very well, but it doesn't do anything either. So I'm thinking those two are probably a different connector. Well, that's about all we're going to do this weekend. It's put back together enough that I can drive it to work.